Hello YouTube. So I'm going to start my poetry channel, or just my poetry what's the word I'm looking for? A poetry series, yeah. Series where I'm just gonna be reading my poems. So right now I'm gonna go by the Poetic Princess, but when I'm older, I'm gonna want you guys to call me the Quoted Queen. Yeah. So I'm gonna read you guys a poem. This is my first. Oh shoot, I'm holding the camera wrong. Okay, now that's better. So I'm gonna read you guys one of my poems, and I'm gonna start to do this like every day, post it on YouTube, because I feel like my poems are good, and some people might want to hear this. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna show my lips. So this first poem is called "The Cries of the Unheard Daughters." It takes a man to stay, it takes a man to leave. Little girl, dry your eyes, your dad will come home. You see, he did what he had to do so he could lay a path for you. He did what a dad should do. Look next to you. There's a girl's father's never coming home. So at night in the city she roamed, looking for him, sometimes in different men, because while she was growing up, she didn't have a him. Her life was so dim, crying all night, waiting for him. Someone she wanted to tell her pain to so she could recover and laugh again. So I'm going to ask again, does it really take a man to leave? Growing up gets harder. You grieve because your dad chose to leave. Now look at the girl next to you. What have you learned? She stays up all night crying because her dad is in an urn. He served the country, but the country's back was turned on him due to the color of his skin, taking him away from his daughter, who cries again somberly in the night with no flight to her father. These are the cries of the unheard daughters. So I guess it takes a man to leave, and it takes a man to stay. Some leave for jobs so they can care for I messed up, but I'ma still read. So they can care for their daughters. And some leave simply because they are not a good father. But I am grateful that my father is the man who stayed, while relatives growing up hurt because they got the man who left. I couldn't imagine how to feel if I got the father who left, and the only time I saw him was on the day of his death. And yeah, that's my poem. The one that is titled "The Cries of the Unheard Daughters." So if you want to see more of this content, just tune in to me. And I think I'm going to start making I'm going to start making these videos more interesting. I think I'm going to start having the words like on the side of the screen while I'm reading it, so it can be more, I don't know, entertaining instead of just watching me read.